We're going to keep going with this, ladies and gentlemen, because these three-parters have started. But I mean, Jacinda and I have been friends for so long, and we were just talking off air about vibration that we bring. Now, what I wanted to speak to her about is, I mean, I don't know how far along she's come with her journey and her learning, because as you can see in the first two chapters, she's just a person that wants to spread love and spread happiness, and you have to find herself going on the spiritual journey, going back and understanding losing that. I think a lot of people, and we were talking about that off air just in when we came back to reality, and they go, "Oh, you're back to reality now." Why should it be back in reality when we've gone on this wonderful adventure? So it's opened up a lot to us. And I said with Jacinta and myself, we're both hype people. She laughs and just is very happy, sort of fairy looking person, fairy energy, and just jumping, "Hello, how are you?" And all those things. And the thing is with both of us, and we're both people that can bring out and help people, because that's what kind of people we are. They're very we're you can see we're pure people. We're not perfect. We've made our mistakes and probably bloody shit canned some people in the past because of where we've been, but understanding that. So welcome back, Jacinda. What do you think about that? With the chat that we've had, do you think it's been a bit more insightful with where you're going? Because I think you've got a lot to offer the world, a lot to offer the world.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Thank
Because
you
I just see a
for
lot of you and me.
continuing the journey in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah, I just see
Yeah,
a lot of you. I see a lot of me in you, and vice versa.
Yeah.
Just with that
Right.
nice
Yeah. A lot of
and
times
high
we talk and
vibration.
we're like having similar things going on. Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, I mean, one part of the journey is noticing your patterns, right? Like, because we all have patterns, so we're in a
Yes.
pattern. And so I think that's
Subconscious programming or whatever
the
it may be. Yeah.
initial break or the initial awakening is like, oh, like I'm breaking away and being able to observe a pattern, and I can change. So like that makes you be able to change. But I do think like along my journey, like I've gone back into old, and because some of that is just familiar, or like I get lost, maybe fear came up or something. And so I think
All right, just get
what
this.
I
Keep
realized is
keep keep
like
talking.
that there's times where you just, I think that's also part of the journey, is realizing that it's not always uh upwards, that you kind of go up and then down a little bit, and there's still a lot of like forgiveness that goes along
Yep.
with it.
Absolutely. So I just doing some
Yeah.
up of these updating things. That's okay. You just keep talking. Keep talking. It's great.
Yeah, 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 because again, it's just again having that self-compassion and remembering that to kind of be able to come back out of whatever step down that you went into, or um but I think the mindfulness, those meditations, going back to anything that connected me to
Yep.
the
Cool.
spirit
Yep.
would bring, carry me out. And it's hard because I think sometimes that's just what, like, if I get in a depressed place, sometimes anything
How do you go with
is hard.
depression? How do you go to how do you go? Because it's just basically we've been energetically, our energetical field and our frequencies just being ripped from us, and we got that real happy hype, like we
Yeah.
were, like you and me just talking that happy hype. We could probably talk for bloody days. But what actually happens to you? You want to tell the viewers
Yeah.
what
I
you think?
mean,
What do you do and what do you do? Because what do you do or how do you feel?
yeah, like I definitely, I think when I am down, like when I was in Missouri dealing with that, and I just felt a sinking in my heart, and I think I lost hope for a while. Like I didn't have
And why did you lose
a
hope for?
vision.
Okay, I'm going to ask you. So you did have your vision and you sort of losing your
I
purpose.
lost my because I think we're all telling stories. I think we're all telling a story,
Yep.
and my story like kind of felt like it ended, and I didn't have a new story, and I kind of didn't know. And I think there was this part of me that was like, well, what? Well, what? Like, what am I doing? Like, it was just like a whole
Yeah.
kind of pause or and I think I could have just sat with it, but I maybe um probably made it worse because I probably blamed myself and there's kind of like this self-destruction going
Yep.
on of blaming. I kind of take all the responsibility, or you know, that's what I like to do for everything.
Yep. No, that's fair enough. So,
You know?
and this is where people get a bit
Yeah.
lost when they go through their spiritual awakenings. Um,
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a start of a
Yeah.
process to actually work within yourself to get you up to that vibration where you actually go and like make it like me, making videos, writing books and all that for myself, but still having
Right.
that, we still got to live in the physical, which is basically making a bit of money and stuff, but we're not losing that vision, what we're going to do. I think that's where you're
Yeah.
at the moment, as far as I can see anyway. And that's why I'm encouraging you to make as
Yeah.
many make videos. I mean, talk about this. This is going to be great. This is going live on Jacinda's channel. She's going to have
Yes,
six
yes,
new
I
videos.
think
She's going to have 6 new videos of many.
instantly. It's amazing. I love it.
Bang! See, the
I
fairies
love your
work. It works.
encouragement. I mean,
It works.
more of Jay in the world, just lifting
Oh,
people up.
more of
Thank you
us in the
so
world.
much.
How's that? More of us in the world.
Yeah,
How's that?
yeah, I think that would be good. Yeah. Yeah, the world needs more kind, uplifting people.
And that's what
For
we are.
sure.
This is what, and this is what, and this
For
is the thing.
sure.
Like, and this is the thing. You said you lost your. We went off track a little because we get. This is what we do.
Oh
Is we
yeah.
get excited. They don't
Yeah, no,
excuse
yeah.
us. Excuse us for being crazy, but we love it. Um, when you lost that, when you came back and you sort of did what sort of kicked you into gear? Have you been? You obviously have been kicked into gear into something. There's a reason why we connected when we did.
Yeah.
Like last couple of weeks. Have you found a direction where you want to go now? Have you got some sort of? Are you a little bit more comfortable at the moment, or where are you at, and how were you feeling at that time?
Yeah. Well, weirdly, like kind of my world is a bit crumbling again, but in a good way. In a good way that like um what I came back to and built up was somewhat of a house. I would say it was a house, a flimsy house. So the the flimsy house is coming down, which is fine because so now I'm exploring so yeah, I have to teeter on like how do I make a living, and I'm thinking about going back to ultrasound, probably traveling as an ultrasound tech. Um, and because I really am missing actually like the van, the I really like being outside like most of the time.
So
Like
there
I
you go. So
just
you're already going, but what about? Okay, so we've got that
yeah,
going. So that's really
yeah.
good. Where do
So
you
what
where?
because I'm trying to think of where and I feel like it'll make me or not make it. I think I'll just want to talk because I feel like the world I built it's just not quite it I don't know, it hasn't brought out this like, oh, I want to talk about this so much. And I
We've
feel
just
like
talked.
the
We just talked.
more
We just talked about for nearly 2 hours
yeah,
about how what you
yeah,
great what
yeah,
a great life you've got and what
yeah,
you've been doing.
yeah,
I think it needs to be heard, and I think the funny
yeah,
thing is just so I just this is what I do because these are the messages I get.
yeah,
I think talking to yourself, which we're doing right now, which you'll be watching back this video, and I know you will. That will give you the answers, and I think the answers for you is
yeah,
to get that vibrant stuff out. You have to go traveling, whatever it may be.
yeah, yeah. I think it's learning that like that adventure. I have an adventurous side and it helps me open my mind when I'm outside, and I just think that freedom it allows more of my voice to come out, it seems like. So I mean, not that I can't make videos before then, but uh I could see that being a traveling um and being able to have that
Balance.
being in a new place and talk and like talking about it and the and adding things to you know, I really been wanting to make things um like natural skincare products or like even baking with flowers Like there's just like kind of ingesting
Awesome.
nature.
This is great. So you see, that's what I'm
You
saying. The fairy,
know,
I'm not joking about the fairy thing, because the fairy's connected
yeah,
to the grass, and you see all those shows, those esoterical shows, and that I just see that's what you're doing. You sort of flower essences and stuff. You're talking
yeah,
about that.
yeah,
Maybe you just connect. You really are a lady of the earth. You really are. I mean,
yeah.
it just as I said to you, you look like in the sun jumping around barefoot on the grass. But that's the kind of energy you've got. That's the way I see it, and that's what you
Yeah.
got. You're going to project to others.
Yeah. Yeah. And I keep just thinking about definitely the earth, like how to live more harmoniously with the earth. So, and it's challenging. Like I'm not, I try to make better choices all the time about that, but it's something I would like to talk about more, and probably how I'm figuring that out. and
Awesome.
um
Well,
and
you
I also,
definitely, yeah.
yeah,
You're
yeah.
definitely a
So,
different spot. Tell us about confrontation. I'm going to throw
oh
that at you.
yeah, oh yeah, back to relationships, relating. um yeah, I just
Good comment. Good. Hey, I'll tell you what, it's a big topic out there at the moment. I know a lot of videos are coming out about confrontation. This could be.
confrontation, it's hard. Yeah,
It
it's
is.
not
Tell
something
us about.
I like.
Yeah.
Well, I just you were talking about boundaries, and but I guess like learning to like it's interesting how to stand your ground, but also knowing when it's an open, like, so say if someone has a problem with me or something I said or something, you know if they're coming to me like wanting to discuss that, it's like I of course I want to hear them, and I would want to make it right.
Okay.
Right,
Well, there
like
we go.
there's like this place where you can meet, like, you both people can be heard. Like, let me explain, like, that's not maybe what I meant, but there's some people that are just like closed off, right? Like, you can just tell that they just want
Well, that's
to,
what we said before, Jacinda. We're that
yeah,
we bring out people can be themselves around us. We have to
yeah,
we don't have any airs and graces. If you want to be who you are, I mean, we've got boundaries. If you want to be a dickhead, we'll tell you to bugger off. But at the
yeah.
same time,
So, mm-hmm,
we've got that non-judgmental thing. I mean, everyone judges them, but at the end of the day, when we're in someone's psyche, we can bring things out, whether it be a gift, a message, or a lesson. That's what that's
yeah,
how I see it. I don't know, but what do you
yeah,
reckon?
yeah. So I guess right now I've just decided to, instead of trying to, I think I would want someone to see my point before, like, that would be very important to me, like, to see that I wasn't trying to hurt them, or whatever they're thinking. And now I just realize, like, I don't need to get my point across. Like,
We
because
just
some
need
people
about.
are just not open to it, and that's okay. It's just like,
There
okay,
you
like,
go.
I
Yeah,
see you, and like, I'm not gonna, I, I'd rather not waste my energy with this,
we
because I
won't get
can
that though.
see,
I don't think we'll get that. I don't think we don't get the victims anymore. We get people who want to be, who need to be. Not even get them. I guess it's not need to be helped. I guess spiritually and vibrationally they come to us. You know what I mean? Like I've really seen a shift in that.
uh,
On my side, I reckon it'd be something for you to be aware of, because I don't reckon you're going to attract any more dickheads.
I hope not. I kind of just went through this clearing
Yeah,
again of it. So I'm hoping now, like, maybe that was, you know,
I get
the
it. No,
new,
I get.
a new door is up. I feel like there was, the Lion's Gate that happened in
On the yeah,
August, and there
yeah.
has been like a whole, like, yeah, there's something
I
new
was just looking
making
that one
coming
up. I was
through.
thinking, because I was just looking up on the phone there. I said we had Lionsgate, we had Mercury retrograde, we had Blue Moon,
Yeah,
we had the Virgo Moon just happened with regards to selfishness and looking at ourselves.
yeah,
And then the Cancer Moon back in July, that was huge. So we started the linear the lunar cycle, called the 30th of July, which is very significant usually.
hmm
Shortest day in the year and all those kind of things. We've been through a lot of astrological and universal changes.
Yeah, I think this summer was a massive clearing
Yeah.
and making way. It was kind of an end of a chapter for me. I'm probably sure for probably a lot of people. So
I agree
this,
with you in some ways because
yeah,
I actually left my see the significance of a couple of things, and you'd probably agree with you need to be where you need to be. So we need to have we're meant to be having this chat. Simple as that.
yeah,
Anything if you walk through life with your eyes open and being aware that you might have to turn an incident into a lesson, you do that.
yeah,
And then also
yeah,
timing. It's all about timing. So it's
yeah.
funny that I left on the 30th of June before the 1st of July. That was significant
Okay.
in some
Oh,
ways.
okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whether it be astrological or numerological or whatever it may be. For my
Uh-huh.
growth, that was the timing I need to be in. So when you left, you needed to leave when you needed to leave.
Yes. When did when
Does
did
that
I
make
leave?
sense?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's all and divine timing, I think.
Well, it comes under divine timing. Yeah, that's exactly right.
It just like because I feel like sometimes, yeah, it just happens when it's supposed to happen. I kind of feel like sometimes we have to relax about things like
Can
that,
I
you
ask
know?
you one more? Can I ask you a question also going through what you went through? I know I was a bit of a procrastinator with
Mm.
regards to my ego and my shadow and whatever would affect my decisions. Has your decision making come a lot more clearer? Like you're actually clearer on where you're going to go or the decision you're going to make or something like that? Have you since you've been through this little spiritual awakening and this openness? Has your decision making or you've become a little bit more clear and focused within yourself? It sounds like it from what I'm hearing because you know pretty much where you're going. You just basically got to keep going and just
Yeah,
deal with
I
what
think,
comes up. You
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think there's still a lot to work out. There's still a lot of um I put a lot of, I guess I had a dream list, right? So, my ballroom dancing was one of those. So I kind of just really focused on that. And then, but I do think that like I can make decisions, like when I decide on something, we go for it. Where I think before I would linger in the thoughts of it. So there's just, there's action behind my thoughts now, right? Like
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
I think
Well,
that's the big difference where I used to just really kind of hover in the dreamland a lot.
because I'm just looking at Lionsgate and all that, and that's pretty much where we're at. So we're sort of putting those emphasis on ourselves. It's basically said sum it up. It's the old self is gone, new self's in, and whatever that attains to different people.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's interesting because I had a lot of this um lower kind of energy, I guess I would just say emotional immaturity kind of coming at
Yeah.
me from people. Um it's so funny how like I was like, oh, this is not good, but then you really have to it makes you choose one or the other. Like I'm either gonna
Yeah.
cave to this or I'm gonna fight for myself and see the better way. And it
Yes.
really like it's so funny how like again they're still teachers so like and I do think they're gonna be out. I doubt that that'll be the last time I run into this kind of person, but I do appreciate that
That you
they
did.
almost they set a fire to me, right? Like it ignites me to like
Mm. That's really.
go towards love, actually, like
Yep.
choose love, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's
Hmm.
like being
Yeah.
aware when I went through things. It's like I rebranded not rebranded, but I restructured my stuff that what I've been doing. Like the journey of a Whitefeather is now WWH. Hang on, card come. So I rebranded, just going through
Oh,
that.
nice.
Not
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
And what it was remove your mask, write your
Oh,
story.
oh, yeah.
Now, the reason
Okay.
why I say that is because I'm looking at what you're doing now and understanding those universal laws. But things that come, I believe messages are in everything. Like you see, if you're really aware, you don't go crazy and go, oh, God, damn, I'm going left and this is what left means. Because that's like egotistic. That's like your ego and you're out of balance. But if you look at it logically, all the stuff you and me have been talking about for the last couple of hours has been I guess, a recollection, a revelation of what we've been and what we're going to be, and having that awareness and just having the calmness
Yeah.
between each other. But as I said to you, I think that people will come to both of us because we're unjudgmental.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I
Yeah.
think,
And
yeah,
then, but then like it'll be up to us to have those boundaries
well, we always will have
because
the boundaries.
we're this, yeah, seem like safe. Well, we are safe people, right? Like I'm not gonna judge you. I want, you can be
And
who
what
you
we were doing
are.
before, and
But yeah.
what we were doing before was basically letting any dickhead in. When any dickhead go, oh, I've got this, and they go, and they've also got the negative energy. But the other thing is, I want to ask you, with regards to the energy vampires, I just found a lot of bloody vampires and suckers. They bloody suck your energy because you let them.
Oh yeah. And that's the thing too, is it's really interesting is that I think that I agree to I'm agreeing to this. Or like we agree when we're in those, if you find a relationship with those people. Um and it's so it's kind of like you don't realize you agree to it,
Yeah, no,
but
we
you
just
but
go,
you
we go along
are.
with it. We go along with it because we trust the person. It's what we're going through now. We're attracting
Yeah.
the people who want to be helped or who want some clarity, for example. But then we were attracting
Mhm.
those back in the day. We're attracting the energy vampires, which were preying on us because we hadn't worked on ourselves and become aware. That's how I
Mhm.
look at it, anyway.
Yeah.
That's how
Yeah.
I that's how I see it, anyway. I don't know. Does that make sense?
What's that?
Does that make sense? What I was saying? Yeah. The we hadn't worked on it. We hadn't had that awareness where we're working on ourselves. We were just vulnerable people living in our shadow, knowing that we had a good heart. We go, oh, I'm going
Right.
to give because I have to. Whereas here now,
Yeah.
we are good people. We'll give, but we've got a boundary because
Yeah.
we've all learned our lesson. Goes, yeah, mate. Yeah, okay. Hang on a minute. Nah, nah, nah. See ya.
Right.
Have a great life. I'll help you but I'm not going to sit there and feel guilty that I didn't help you because you need to help. You need the things that these spiritual teachers say is people got to help
Yeah.
themselves. We're happy to give you the vessel. It's like Greg Riley always said, you did the work. I go, yeah, mate, but you gave me the opportunity and the foot up the ass to get going. People don't like the foot up the ass. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. Yeah. Yeah. No, I think because we're open people, we want to love everybody. And I also think that I saw like I was saying, my idea of somebody, because sometimes they show you a part of them and the part of them is great, but it takes time to see
It's honeymoon
more.
period and endorphins and all this shit. It's just the way of life. I was having a chat about some of it
Yeah.
like that last night.
Yeah. So a
That's
lot
it.
around learning about manipulation, the different forms of that. Yeah.
So
I
this is the
mean,
thing.
it's a wild world out there.
Let's put it this way, and this
Yeah.
is what's come from this chat, ladies and gentlemen, that we found. If you want to go to Jacinda, sorry, I keep saying Jacinta, sorry, bloody hopeless.
We'll forgive you.
Thank you.
Let me get my one. There.
Forget anyone, I'll forgive them.
You'll forgive.
Now, see, we're just creating this monster now, this beautiful monster. But now we look at it logically, where you know everyone has a voice, and everyone will come to the people that will help them heal. That's what we got. We radiate that, and I
Oh
think
yeah.
that's what we've got. That's what we've got to do
Yeah.
in our way,
Yeah.
because and even that's through videos and through. Are you on TikTok?
I have a TikTok, yeah, but that one it's been a while since I made a
Well,
TikTok.
there's a thing. Oh, well, this is where it is because you do need to be heard. Because I think the happiness and vibration that you get and the purity. I see. Look, I go to these bloody health and fitness expos, right? And look, it's all corporate. Everyone's trying to make money because it costs them like $5,500 to get into the joint because the corporates want to make their money and go, oh, we're gonna make sure we settle our thing. Yeah, bullshit, mate. You're bloody just trying to make profit anyway. But and it's very hard to actually get the purity in it. But that's where the videos work really well. And I think what you've shown and what we've found today, ladies and gentlemen, is you jump onto Jacinda's YouTube and you can get a different perspective on how she talks about manipulation, how she's talking about how she's changed her life, that journey, and that's what she'll be doing. I just basically gave you a big plug. That's what you're going to do. But on that note, we've got a couple of minutes to go. It's been a pleasure. I mean, as I said, we've been friends for like 3 to 4 years now, and it's always a pleasure to talk and keep in contact. What is your final message to someone? If they come to you, they know you're a happy, pure person, and you can see you've got a happy, vibrant energy, and they want help from you. What are you going to tell them?
I'm going to
and
say
we'll assume that they're not energy vampires.
Right. Yeah, I would say, trust your intuition, listen to that place that is in between fear and cravings. It's not one or the other. And that things just always change and things are always moving and nothing stays. So yeah, like sometimes it's just sometimes easy to smile and laugh at it. Because life is just
perfectly said. Perfect. And these are the videos that she's going to be putting out very, very soon. I just hinted you.
Thank you. Yeah.
But this is the way it is, ladies and gentlemen. This is why I get and as I said, Jacinda and I are good friends. But having a chat, and this is why I started what I've done, because it also helps us as spiritual coaches and motivators. And as I said, we've all got our own superpowers that we can bring out and help as many people as we can. With our life PhD, we're on different journeys, but we all come together as one to help others. Jacinda, thanks very much. Where can they find you?
Much, Jay. It's so fun to be here with you.
Oh, it's always fun to be in your energy. Always is. Always. It's always fun. So we're going to keep making sure it's more regular these days. Where are they going to find you? Tell me where they're going to find you.
So YouTube, I think, is where I will.
What's your YouTube channel called?
It's my name. Jacinda Kee.
Cool. All right, we'll put that. We'll have that underneath the. We'll have that on the scrollers down the bottom on the previews and stuff, so you'll be able to find that on TikTok. Whereabouts can they find you? It's the same thing.
The same thing.
Beautiful. So you just basically hashtag or look for Jacinda Kee in Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. And she'll be out there. If you want to have a chat to her, you can email her too. She'll provide me with an email. What's your email there that they can get in contact with you if they need?
JacindaKee25@gmail.
Beautiful. So on that note, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. We've always had a laugh. It's so good. It's meant to be where you're meant to be is where you're meant to be, and we'll remember this chat. Obviously, it's going to be on thing, but I think you make a moment out of what you do, and this is why I do what I do, and I enjoy the chats had about the last couple of days, which has been good. But to my friend over in California, Jacinda, thank you so much for coming, and we'll definitely catch up very, very soon. But thank you very much, and ladies and gentlemen, as always, I will say, I met my hero, Bret the Hitman Hart. You know that. It's probably all over the shop. Use Muhammad Ali quotes. You use Bill Clinton or whatever quotes you want. But I'm going to use Bret the Hitman Hart as I do, and always get up and be the best there is, best there was, best there ever will be. Thank you so much, Jacinda, the fairy from Calgary, California. God, Calgary, Canada, bears on mind. Here goes the foot.
Heal
Heal,
world.
they say heal. There you go. See, it's
All
all
right,
about movement, active movement. Rock on, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much, Jacinda, and we will talk to you very soon on A Chat with Jay. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.